Hi, and welcome to another episode of Redefining Franny. I'm your host, FranETN. This vlog is about my journey to always being my truest self. I'm constantly reminded that the path to whatever I'm reaching for, freedom, control, money, whatever, is never about changing anything. It's always a journey of becoming more of who I am. This has been so powerful for me that I dedicated not only my life to the journey back to myself, but to your journey too. As a life coach, I work with you to take control of your life, find your freedom, and create unshakable motivation and a life that inspires you every day. Today, I'm going to talk about taking control during coronavirus. We now know that we have about a month more of this at least, and you can either keep spiraling and let this get the best of you, or take hold and own these next 30 days. I choose to own this really hard time and come out the other side stronger. Stephen Covey talks about this in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit 1 is be proactive, and it's about taking responsibility for your life. In the book, he describes 2 circles and the differences when you focus on one versus the other. The circle of concern are the things we care about but are out of our control, and the circle of influence are the things we can control. Proactive people don't blame outside circumstances, like this pandemic, for their behavior. I like using the metaphor of a thermostat. Proactive people set the temperature for their life by focusing on what they can control. Reactive people, on the other hand, are like thermometers. They are a reflection of their environment. They blame circumstances outside of their control for their behavior. So it all comes down to a choice. You can be a thermometer, constantly registering the temperature based on circumstances you cannot control, or you can be a thermostat and set the temperature by intentionally focusing on the things you can control. I'm going to talk about 6 areas of your life you can be proactive about during this time: spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, social, and environmental. Let's dive in. First up, spiritual. This area is about being aligned with your values. Have you abandoned everything that mattered to you in the name of COVID-19? Are you living as a shell of yourself? Take this opportunity to learn how to express yourself differently. My values are relationships, success, personal freedom, and personal development. Staying true to each of these right now looks different than it did pre-pandemic. Take, for example, my relationships. Pre-pandemic, I had lunch with a friend every week. I talked to my sister almost daily. I went to my co-working space. I had multiple presentations every month. I met with new clients in person. I had date nights on the town. Today, I FaceTime with my nieces and nephews. I pick someone new every day to check in with. I'm showing up online with more videos and connecting more through comments on people's videos and photos. I schedule date nights in, like massages and walks. I'm still doing what's important to me, just in a different way. How can you stay true to the important things you valued pre-pandemic? 2, mental. This area is not about what we think, but how we process our thoughts, which either increases your engagement and ability to focus or decreases it. The degree of mental stimulation coming at us via information about this virus is astounding. The information is important, and I'm a news junkie, but you need to take control of that flow for yourself. I like a healthy amount of facts, opinion pieces, and personal stories, but I choose how and when I watch and read the news. I don't just have it on all day. Another huge aspect of your ability to stay engaged is clarity on what to do next. Our schedules, goals, drive times, everything has shifted. What do you need to do to focus on what's important to you? Are you a schedule person? Are you someone who lived for their drive time to clear your head? I set weekly goals and schedule that works in chunks of time around my appointments. There's a huge gap where lunches, out, events, coffee shops, drive time to and from the gym, chit-chat at my co-working space used to be in my calendar. I've replaced these with walks, reading, puzzles, practicing piano, bird watching, inspirational videos, podcasts, laundry, making every single meal, and eating said meals. If you used to live by your Outlook calendar, then create a new schedule. If you're a goal-driven person, create new goals. If you have a different financial budget, create a new budget. If you needed your drive time to get going, Listen to your favorite radio station while taking an extra long shower. Create the mental space you need to process this situation in a way that's best for you. Third, emotional. This area is all about emotional awareness and managing your emotions. We can't control the degree of emotional stimulation coming our way. I don't know about you, but every call out that I've been on starts with a very real and personal concerns about current times. It's a great way to connect, but you can't control how these stories will trigger you. I'm an empath, so I'm likely going to cry almost every time, actually. What you can manage is your emotional expression. First, I recommend setting yourself for success here by establishing some habits like exercise, meditation, prayer, gratitude to be proactive in building your mental resiliency. But this time is unprecedented, and the new limits to our movements are overwhelming. So give yourself room to cry, punch a punching bag, scream into a pillow, and do push-ups when you're feeling the feels. Then talk it out. Don't bottle that shit up. It will explode, and we're in close quarters, so that won't be pretty for anyone. Write it out, phone a friend, talk to yourself, go talk to a tree, voice memo yourself, but get it off your chest. Also, I want to mention that it's okay to be happy, to laugh, to be optimistic, and feel good during this time. You can acknowledge the gravity of this pandemic and choose joy. I've laughed harder reading the news than I have ever before. I can't believe what I'm reading sometimes. Choosing happiness, joy, and optimism during this time is a sign of strength and resilience just as much as leaning into your feelings and expressing them in a healthy way. 4. Physical. This refers to all things pertaining to your body, your diet, exercise, sleep, etc. For me, having control over this area requires discipline. I intermittent fast, where I only eat between 12 noon and 8 p.m. It's also Lent, and I gave up fast food, fried food, and sweets, which has given me an unexpected feeling of control because I'm not emotional eating like I would normally. I relaxed my workout goals to just walking every day, but according to Fitbit Premium, which is free for 90 days, guys, I'm working out more than past weeks and averaging 2,500 more steps a day. By staying active and not using this time as a time to eat shit and sit on my couch, I feel physically stronger and I haven't gained any weight. I have a bedtime routine that relaxes me and helps me fall asleep easily. For you, taking control of the physical aspect of your life can look like dancing to your favorite song in the morning, reading before bed, adding fruit to your next grocery list, whatever makes you feel more physically in control. Area 5, social. This is how you relate and interact with other people. I already mentioned how I'm handling connection as one of my values, but this area also refers to what you're surrounded with. There are some things you can control, like your social media feed. I've been so impressed with my feed. So many of the people I follow are sharing positivity, and it's really been a place I can go for solace. But I've had to unfollow some people to make it that way. And I know to avoid the internet altogether, social media, news, everything, when I'm feeling triggered. At any point with what you're consuming on any platform, just ask yourself, is this making me feel better or worse? Now, some of us live with people or are related to people who spit panic every time you speak to them or send you conspiracy theory videos. This is where boundaries come in. I have no shame in stopping people mid-sentence and saying, I don't want to talk about coronavirus right now. And I haven't watched a single video that was sent to me on Facebook Messenger. Some days I want to know all the conspiracy theories. Other days I can't handle it. Some days hearing individual concerns and being there for people is heartening for me, while other days my own dread is enough. In the morning, venting is the catharsis I need, and in the afternoon, I just want to disconnect and watch Wolf of Wall Street. You don't need to justify how much you can or want to handle at any given second. You do need to protect your own boundaries, though. Don't get angry at people expecting others to know what you need. Ignore the people who judge you, and don't judge people on what they do or their reactions. This is the perfect time to surround yourself with people, friends, family, TV characters, social media stars, that lift you up instead of bring you down. And finally, environmental. This refers to your current setting and conditions. Do you work better with a clean desk? Do you need fresh air, sunshine? Philippe and I have been more tidy than ever so we don't have to work in clutter. I like lots of sunshine so the windows are open. I get frustrated when I'm hot so I set the AC temp to something that's comfortable for me. I also move rooms throughout the day. Control the immediate environment as best you can to meet your own needs. The truth is, this is an acute reminder that we are never in control. We've lived through terrorist attacks, school shootings, natural disasters, and now this pandemic. Being proactive and intentional about what you can control and focusing less on the things you can't control won't just help you now, but it's the key to being resilient and prepared through any uncertain time. If you need help taking control in this time and new climate we are definitely facing after we all go back to work, I'm offering a free 60-minute session, Stress in the Time of Corona. Just follow the link below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Redefining Franny, Franny with a Y, and sign up to get my newsletter weekly at the link below as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.